What is good, my good people? Welcome to Cocktails and Takeaways. It's episode 2, baby. Yeah. And it's MadameJoyce in the building. I'm so excited for this particular episode. Listen, for this particular episode, I'm very, very excited because I have one of my good sisters with me. She is a YouTuber and a content creator straight from the Beehive.
Ow!
Yes.
What's good?
We have the Beehive stand
What's
right
really
here.
good?
It's Ayo, aka AyoForTheSoul,
Pew,
baby.
pew, pew. Gang, gang.
What is good, my good sis?
Hello, my good sis. It's AyoForTheSoul. You know what I'm saying? What's good? What's bracket?
AyoForTheSoul in the pretty pink or whatever. Ayo in the soul with the pretty pink and the daiquiri. I mean, shout out to my daiquiris, guys. You know, I'm trying with this cocktails thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not a connoisseur, but I be trying. Like, let me know the presentation is there. Have a sip, my good sis. How you feeling? How you feeling about it?
We're in the bed like,
ooh, ooh, ooh. Listen, guys, if you haven't got a drink right now, I suggest for this particular episode, you need to have a drink in your hand and be sipping because we're about to have a good time. We're about to have a motherfucking good time. But how's your week been, my good sis?
It's good. It's been good. Been vibing, working, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, booked and busy. Do you know what? Let me tell you something because it's been such a busy week for me, and I was very, very excited to hear that Love Island had come back on. Because the thing is, when you have a long day at work, you just want to wind down. Yeah. You just want to relax.
Sip on wine.
Sip on a little daiquiri, a little cocktail, a little something light, and just unwind and actually enjoy. But for some reason, my pressure level on this particular season has been quite increased.
Yeah.
It's been quite increased because I want something to happen. I don't know. You
increased or decreased? I watched it, but I feel like it's a little bit underwhelming so far.
My evenings have been ruined.
Listen,
my evenings have been
just
ruined.
From the first episode, I knew this was going to be not like climatic. Like, it's a bit underwhelming for me so far.
My good sis, I had high hopes.
Yeah.
I had high hopes, but it's like every episode I'm very optimistic because I want them to do well. But this season in particular has been just so fam.
But do you know what? I'll give it to them. I feel like the people in Love Island so far, they look like people that you see on the street more.
Do you think there's more inclusivity this season?
No. They just give you 2 token black people and call it a day. Is that inclusivity?
No.
Go away.
It's inclusivity for them. I feel like they've...
Like, 2 black people,
they
that's
sat
enough.
at their meeting, they're like, right, 2? All right, we're doing well. We did all right.
That's it.
Let them have this one this season.
Please, they need to mix it up. They just give 2 black people. That's it. I don't know. But I couldn't ever see myself going on Love Island, and I feel like a lot of black girls feel that way because it's like, as a black girl, you can be attracted to someone outside your race, but there's always that thing where they might not be attracted to you as a black girl. Do you get it?
It's always worrying, and I feel like specifically in this season, and I'm finding patterns. They like to have these
white people that don't like black girls.
And the white girls, I find them, I'm going to use this word, they're very digestible black girls. So they're not black girls that's like, what's good, baby?
They're Oreos.
They're
Oreos.
They're Oreos, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. So I was like, how come all your bitches always be from Essex?
Fam, what that Samira babe from how many
She
seasons
was
ago?
from Essex.
Fam, she was an Oreo.
One
She
day
used
was
to
from
piss
Ireland.
me off, bruv.
They're these black girls, but they're very digestible. Oh yeah, my name is Adiola Ayorome. You know the ones that they will remix their names.
Do you know what I think?
My name is Diola Adebayinga. You know them. You know the type of white girls, the black girls I've been talking about.
Listen, the ones where their parting is like,
and they have the leave out.
Yeah, the leave out is like this, straight on the iron board.
But it's not their fault. It's because they didn't grow up with their sisters.
Black people. Yeah,
they didn't grow up with their sisters. They grew up with all.
But I feel like Yewande was the most blackest though. Yeah, I think
she was the most blackest. But if we're talking about if we're looking at the spectrum here, like she was still quite far back.
You think so?
Yeah.
I thought she was the most out of all the black girls I've seen. She was the most. Oh, definitely.
She is stunning.
Definitely, and her body is A1.
Yeah, I'm here for you one day. I'm absolutely here, but I think that she is very.
Yeah.
I think she's an Irish babe, so it's a bit different. But I wouldn't say she's one of the
London girls.
You go down with my G's tonight. Come on, you know that was it. You know the girl. You know the our girls.
Yeah,
you know the
true.
girls. But yeah, this season in particular is it's painful to watch. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's been so many things that's irritated me, and I'm waiting for someone to slap somebody, but it's not quite coming together. No one is. First of all, nobody likes each other. That's the first thing.
I've deep that.
It's like, are you like? I think is this the first season that people are actually looking for love?
And you know what? Do you know
why
why?
I'm not thinking about the bank?
Fam, and do you know why that's surprising? Why people used to love very quickly. One
They
day,
will love one day.
one day, I love you.
Charlie. I've never met anyone like you.
Why people can love under 1 week?
No,
So the
it's
fact
just
that
what did they say? They're like, oh, I've only known you for one day, but I feel like I've known you for my whole life.
Yeah, got a connection. Got a connection. But yeah, that's the one that even shocked me. The fact that
they be loving quickly.
Yeah.
Seriously, they be loving very quickly.
A black man, you be with him for like 3 years. Love go. White people 1 week. I love you. Yeah, my.
Don't even get me started about that. The black men will date you for 3 years and be like, why are you rushing?
No, do you know the worst one? They'll introduce you to their family. They'll take you on holiday and they'll turn back and say, what gave you the idea that I wanted to be with you? Your father is mad.
Why do they want to kill us so bad?
Your father, your mother, everybody is in your family is mad.
The black men want to kill us so bad.
Oh my
Speaking
God.
of black men, I just find that they have one black guy on there now in the Love Island.
That one
Mr.
with 54
Aaron.
Okay, yeah.
First of all, there was one. I'm sorry. Somebody give my bro some Vaseline because his lip. No, it's irking me. His lips be so dry and it's very, very annoying. And as a black man, that should be your first priority, to make sure that your lips are looking sexy and creamy, because it's just too bad. But I find them very, very annoying. I think my favorite cast member is
Liberty.
I like her. I like the couple she's in now. But I would say, is it Shannon? I like Shannon.
Is it the one with like blonde hair?
The one that was kissing Aaron.
Okay.
The one that was kissing Aaron and his face looks like he was slapped with baby powder.
Oh shit.
That one. I like her. I think there's some. I really like rude girls. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Really?
I like a bit
Fiery.
attitude girl. I like fiery, and I think for this season I can see her getting into a bit of a because I like a bit of a fiery girl, and Faye as well. When Faye
Faye
was coming for Brad. I was here for it, because Brad, you're a bloody bitch. Let me tell you why he's a bitch, yeah? Because he never said to her that, I'm not feeling this. He was going to the other girl, Chloe, was it Chloe? And was bitching like, oh yeah, I don't really like her. I can't stand bitch boys. I don't like boys that gossip. Why are you gossiping for? Tuck in your vagina. Tuck in your vagina. And mind your business. I don't like boys that do gossip. I was like, you're actually a man.
But do you know that's what all boys do though? That's how men are. They
shouldn't be.
Men bitch. Men bitch more than girls.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's
bitches
a fact.
Talk more. No, niggas talk more than bitches these days.
That's no cap.
Do you know what I always say? I feel like every rumor that you hear about a girl, if you search deep down, it started from a man.
It's a nigga.
It's a nigga.
It's a nigga.
Like for instance, when you know how like a girl can create a name for herself for being a hoe. How do we girls know that the girl's a hoe if not for a nigga that actually opened his mouth?
It's true,
Men bitch, trust me. I'm always so surprised when this narrative of women being gossips, like it's actually a false narrative, because men can.
I'm telling you, they do. They are chit chat.
Fam.
Some of my man. Sometimes I'll be shocked.
Oh god.
Fam, man, them will be like, yeah, nah, pussy stinks so bad. His pussy was stinking. Everything. Like they be crud with. They be wicked with it, At least us, we're still quite polite with our gossip. They be like, yeah, oh my god, and her waist was bending. And her breath was stinking.
Men are.
No, they are bad. They are gossip.
They are. Let's not. Men are terrible.
I have a question. I actually have a question, because I'm looking at you, sis. You're looking like so glossy, and I just find that I feel like Love Island, we're missing personalities like you. We're missing women that are confident and they're coming into the scene looking glossy with a pink looking like. So you're telling me you would never go on Love Island?
Fam, I would never go on Love Island, just from the fact that I just don't like the fact that, I don't know, maybe I am confident, I am bold, but I do have my own insecurities.
Of course.
And I don't know, like when it comes to dating, I'm kind of scared to put myself out there, I'll be honest. Like, I'm actually
feel
really
you.
scared. Like, just the whole base of the fact that we have to wait in line. Like, you know, the first episode when you have to wait and pick who you like, and then you step out and they don't pick you. My guy, I'm too sensitive for that shit. If they don't pick me,
you see
I'm
that
leaving
sand.
that day.
That sand, it needs to digest me. You see the sand of
Nah,
that.
I'm sorry. I'm confident and bold, but that would hurt me.
Yeah,
I'm a
rejection-
sensitive ass bitch. Yep.
Rejection is pretty bad. Rejection is pretty
Nah.
bad. I don't like rejection.
No.
I'm confident, but I really I find it difficult with
I'm
rejection.
sorry. Like, maybe because I haven't really like put myself out there enough. But the little times I've put myself out there, if I can't go back out again. Like, I'm alright. No,
We good.
no, we really good. So I don't know, just based off the fact of that and being a black girl and not showing if some of these men that they put in Love Island, you know, they don't like black
They
girls.
don't 100%.
If I'm going there for vibes. Wallahi, I'm going there for vibes and to be shouting and just being me. But I'm not going there for
the
love.
followers.
But wallahi,
The followers and the coins. Period.
facts. Literally, I didn't want to say that, but yeah,
100%. I'm going there for followers.
fam. Nah, but no, I wouldn't go there for love. Do you think those people are actually looking for love though? I think it's just entertainment, but there's no way you can actually like, except you get some sweethearts that, you know, when they meet instantly. But that's like one in like how many hundreds
Episodes is true.
Yeah, fam, I don't believe like love is that instant. It can be for some people, but some of these things are forced. After a month of when Love Island is finished, a lot of them are broken up. So
I'm telling you, it's actually true. But then that's the thing. Okay, cool. It's difficult for a black woman to find love on Love Island.
it's difficult for a black woman to find love in
Where
general.
where the real niggas at? Shit, where they at? If they ain't on TV, they ain't online, they ain't in store.
Fam,
But seriously, where are you finding good
do you
men
know
these
where?
days?
Do you know what? I don't know, but I have an auntie that I love ever so dearly. But like, she's always telling me not to go for men my age.
Facts.
And you know what? I used to be like, no, not Joe. I want to be going out with 30-year-olds when it's 8 o'clock if you're sleeping. No, but do you know what? 30-year-old, the older men, yeah, I hate to admit it, but it's actually true. Like, they've got it out of their systems. They're ready to settle. Whilst 25-year-olds, my age mates.
I'm gonna keep it above
25-year-old, nah, forget that.
Do you know what okay, cool. Let me be honest about this one, because I agree to a certain extent.
Yeah.
If you told me about this like 1 year ago, I'd be like, yeah, grown men, they say, but they're just as bad, sis. I'm telling. Okay,
do you know what? I agree.
Let me tell you a story, because I dated a guy who was in his 30s to find out that nigga was
They're just as immature.
married.
Oh, shit. I was not expecting that.
Oh, you
I
think
never
was expecting it?
experienced.
That's what. No, but deep it. Imagine you meet a guy who's a doctor, for example, 34, dark chocolate, yummy, delicious, and he's single and no kids. Wouldn't you be thinking, well, what's wrong with you? Because that's what I'd be thinking.
There's a plot twist.
There's a plot twist, because
It's too good to be true.
girls would have been nabbing you by now, but why are you not being nabbed?
Yeah.
Listen, these niggas, these older men, they're hiding their children, they're hiding their wives.
In Nigeria.
Not even in this UK.
It's true.
Listen, unless you ask a guy if he's got kids, he ain't saying nothing. Unless you have the good dads that have their children as their DPs or whatever. But more time, if you're not asking, they're not saying.
Fam, that's how men are.
Hiding
That's
their children.
Oh my.
Your 2-year-old son, you're hiding him.
Listen, that's how men are. That's actually how men are. Like, for instance, I don't know if I've shared this with you before, but there was this guy that I was having like a thing with.
As you do.
Stupid me. Because you know what? I've been single for a while, and I guess like when you're single for a while, you start to feel, when you're not comfortable in your singleness, you start to settle for bullshit. So obviously me now, I took my head into one situation like this. And I was doing things with this guy and whatever. And like, I don't know, it just never dawned on me to ask him. But let's just say I went to one gathering like this and I saw that this nigga had a girlfriend. As in.
As they do.
Gang. I feel like I was in a Nollywood movie. Like, I was like, bro.
So what happened when you pulled up and he was with his girl?
Do you know what? I can't.
What did you do?
I remember do you know what? I was thinking, you're so lucky I'm not tapped. Because if I was tapped, I would have really went up to the girlfriend and be like, I'm sitting on a bad boy piece of information for ya. I'm sitting on a bad boy information for ya. But I'm not tapped and I have shame. So I just thought, Lord, you know what? I'm not gonna be too mad because I put myself in this situation. When you're not comfortable in your singleness, you tend to just settle for less. But the whole situation, I was.
Nah. I need to get the gist. So you stepped into the sea looking all clean. Yeah.
Listen, I was thinking, yeah.
You're looking. Did you know he was gonna be there?
Yes.
He's a fucking bastard.
He's a prick.
And he bought his girl.
Yeah.
Nah, he's a fucking bastard.
Fam. Do you know what's crazy?
He's a bastard. That one is a fucking bastard.
Do you know what? I feel like I just kind of got to a point where I was just like, even before like the day that I saw him and his girlfriend, I just realized that I wanted more and I wanted more for myself, and I realized that I was settling for less. So I thought to myself, I'm not doing this shit anymore. So I blocked and deleted him as well. I'm not doing this shit. Let me just remove access from you. Just don't have access to me, because it's easy to feel like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it anymore, and then next week you'll be like, yeah, you'll be running for the D appointment kind of thing. So I just kind of said, yeah, I blocked and deleted him. And one of the reasons why I blocked and deleted him is that I just felt like God showed me that he had a girlfriend. Like literally, I had a dream.
No way.
And legit, like I've always had like very prophetic dreams, and then I had a dream and God was like, yeah, he's got a girlfriend. But I woke up, and that day as I woke up, I said block, delete, and I didn't really think the dream was legit. I just thought, you know what, I have actually deserved more for myself. And then not even a week later, it was like 4 or 5 days after, I went to that gathering and I saw him with his girlfriend. I said, wow.
Was she fine?
Yeah, she was pretty. She was pretty. Listen, good is now a builder. She was beautiful. She was beautiful. No,
that was very fucking rude.
No, do you know what? I would never call anyone ugly. So,
bitch, I will. I will.
No, do you know what? Because we're all ugly to someone. So
it's actually true.
So
it's actually true.
Everyone is beautiful in my own eyes, because who am I? So yeah. So I just remember being really heartbroken from that. And even though I didn't really like him, I was just more or less infatuated with him. But it made me really insecure, because it made me feel like you thought it was okay to just sleep with me or whatever,
and then come and
but you never thought. In my head I was just like, is it that you're telling me I'm not worthy of being like a relationship with, but you found me worthy just to just sleep with me and stuff like that? So yeah, that was a very heartbreaking moment. But I remember just like being like, oh fuck, it happens. It's never happened to me before, but you just gotta keep pushing. So yeah, men don't be talking. So when you're speaking to men, you have to be direct as fuck. You actually,
I'm looking for marriage.
I want a ring on this finger
within the next 2 years.
I want a ring on this finger.
Don't waste. Listen. I'm honest. I'm being honest. I've learned that if you
have to be direct with men.
Be direct with men. You will die going with the flow. We're just going with the flow. You will die on that river of going with the flow. You will drown in that river.
But you know what? The thing with that is, with being direct, I also feel like if you have to be direct with a guy, he's not for you, because men are very intentional. Do you know that? When a guy meets you, like he knows, or not even when he meets you, maybe when he spends a couple of time with you and stuff like that, he knows if he wants to be with you. So if you have to say, what are we, or what do you see yourself, I don't think it's it. Because
listen, from the I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not a thing where I'm getting to know you and then I state my intention from the get-go. If you're interested in me, I tell you, listen, if you're looking for sex, it's not me. If you're looking to do sex, I'm not the one. If you're looking for hanky-panky, it's not me. I need marriage. I want to be married.
I'm dead. No, but I don't know, maybe I'm quite idealistic, but in my fantasy world, like I've just always imagined meeting someone and just go, we just vibe, we just hit off, and then naturally just,
we're together.
I don't want to have to be asking you what we are. Shit like that just makes me feel like it's not real. I don't want to ask a guy, what are we, what are you looking for? I don't want to say that. I just want him to meet me. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm being...
Bitch, you in a motherfucking... you in a Disney film right now.
Listen!
You in a motherfucking Disney film.
I don't know, but...
I feel like if men, especially, I find that men, they like to treat women like elastic bands. They like to see how far they can stretch you. So if you're one of those people that you're looking for the ideal, oh yeah, we're just gonna get together and hopefully, and you're not stating your intentions, guys, they want to stretch you. And I'm telling you, there's some women that are with kids and they still haven't got rings on it, because they're like, oh, it's not ready.
That's what I'm saying.
They will tell you it's not time yet.
Fam.
It's not time yet. It's not time yet. If you're looking, fair enough to the girls who are looking for hanky panky, they're looking for a bish bash bosh. That's cool. But if you're looking for an actual relationship, real man, I'm sorry. I would rather scare a man off with my intention than to be scared and
going with the flow.
Going with the flow, and then it ends
doesn't
up
go
that
anywhere.
he's not serious, and because we didn't have that conversation, it's a thing where
You didn't say anything.
I can't be mad.
Yeah.
But you were saying something so profound that really goes back to insecurity and not being alone, because I feel like those conversations, it's difficult to have them because you're scared that you might chase the guy away. You're scared that you might chase him away. But I've been there, trust me. And it's like until you're secure about yourself and what you're
gonna settle for crap.
You would sis.
Don't get me started.
There are some men, I'm saying this now.
Started.
There are some men I've dated. If you say my name and say me and Joyce dated, I will deny your existence in my life. I will deny you. I won't even just deny that we dated. I will say sorry.
Who are you?
Who
say that? Who's that?
I swear, because my catalogue of men, there was a time where, I was doing good, and then I got lonely.
Yeah.
I got insecure. I felt like my expectations in a man were too high. I felt like my level was too much. I was asking for too much in a man, and I settled for some dickheads, bro.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. This is good. Don't get me mad.
Sis.
Don't get me mad.
Sis. I don't even want to be angry.
Don't get me mad.
I don't even want to. Okay, cool. I have to say it. I have to tell my story. Because there was a... honestly, loneliness is so sad.
Listen.
Loneliness is so sad.
I'm still learning to be comfortable in my singleness.
I had to be, sis. You have to be.
I'm still learning. I won't lie. I won't say I'm all the way there, but for me, it's just realizing I have other things to focus on.
Yourself is the main... The thing is, I found in my journey that I didn't love myself. That's why I was expecting somebody else to show me the love that I was supposed to be giving myself. When you rely on a man to show you love and security in yourself, because a lot of time it's not even just the love, it's the fact that you need somebody else to tell you that you look good for you to feel good. You need someone else to tell you that, oh yeah, you're beautiful, for you to feel beautiful. And if that inner voice ain't singing that to you, if it's not telling you, then you always constantly are trying to find it from other things. So in my situation, if you said to me, oh baby, you're looking so gorgeous today, that's it, I'm in love. I will fall in love with you, not me. You can be my boyfriend.
For me, for that, I've realized is that you're not in love with the person, you're just in love with the idea of like love. You're infatuated with love.
That's me.
Like for me, oh my god, if I meet this is so embarrassing to
speak
say.
your spoke.
But I just feel like it got to a point where if a guy was just nice to me, I would be like, wedding bells would be ringing in my head. Dun, 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 dun. That's not the wedding bell song, but you shall know. I was like, that's how you know
queen.
When you crave so much for love, like you just settle for anything. That's where I was last year, December, November. But I would say I'm kind of better now, because now I don't entertain men for loneliness. I tell them to fuck off. Like, I'll actually block you. I'll wake up one day and block you. I don't care. Sorry. That's where I am now, and I kind of like it. I'm not really trying to get to know anyone, because I just feel like I just don't want to get to know anyone.
And you know what? I love that, because there was a point for me where I was like, I need a boyfriend. I need a boyfriend. I need a boyfriend. I'm cold. I need a cuddle. I'm lonely. I need a hug. But it's like, now the fact that you can tell yourself, you know what? I'm cool with being by myself. For you to get to that place is very, very grown. I'm telling you. And it's difficult. It's very, very difficult. Especially for me, I spent a lot of my teenagers back to back to men. I couldn't be alone. I did not know how to be alone. I needed somebody, because it was just a comfort to have somebody around and to tell me that I was beautiful, and to tell me that, you're looking hot and everything. But then what I found is that when your love language is words of affirmation, anyone can tell you anything, then you start to believe it. But then the actions don't deliver. The actions never deliver. They'll be like, oh baby, you know I can take care of you. But when it comes to paying for a taxi, you don't have the money. When it comes to picking you up, they're telling you, oh, can you bust me for gas, for petrol?
Stupid men.
Can you bust me for... But you were saying you wanted to take care of me. Listen. But then when it's time to pay the bill, you are saying, can we split? God will deal with you. God will deal with you. And that's what I'm saying. Words of affirmation always used to get me. And then they never delivered. So I'd be like, fam, but you were telling me all these things. There was one boy, he was telling me he wants to marry me. he was telling me he wants to. No, I need to tell the
hate
story.
men.
Cool.
I hate
So that
men.
was my ex. Yeah, I have to say the story. I'm so sorry. I had an ex. Yeah, this was my loneliest time. I'm my most insecure. I'd put on a lot of weight. I was just generally feeling down about myself.
Very beautiful, by the way.
I'm trying to be like you, baby. Ew. Niggas weren't checking for me like that. And you know what? I thought niggas were checking for me because I looked dead, but it's because I wasn't even going out anyways. Where were they gonna find me? In my mommy's house at that time. But yeah, so there was a guy that was chatting to me, and you know, he was like, you know what, I really like you, I'm trying to marry you,
Really?
I'm feeling you. I was like, oh, so you know, what do you do? He was like, oh, I play football. That basically he's playing football and that he's got a scholarship to go to America to go and play football in America. So I was like, okay, rah, like this man is, you know, he's, you know, semi-pro doing his thing. So he took me out on a date. We went to go and eat lobster. I was chopping. I was looking good. I was like, rah, this guy, I'm really feeling his vibe. You know, these times, this is when food used to excite me. So any nigga that fed me, I just loved them. I'm like, yes, baby, feed me.
Finished.
So obviously, I fell for him. He introduced me to his mum. His mum was cool. So it was a shoot. Anyways, so as the time started going on, I started noticing, like, I never used to see him go into football. Like, and on top of that, this guy used to smoke. The way he used to blow trees. I'm thinking, professional
and you were smoking weed. It just clicked.
At that time,
it just
no, do you know what's mad? The love didn't let it click. The love didn't let it click. I was thinking,
fam, Joyce,
you're professional, but the way you're smoking the ball, like,
listen, that's how infatuation used to do you.
And
Common sense
was out the way. It didn't click. It didn't click.
Fam.
Just smoking. But you're a professional footballer. Hey!
The math is not mathing.
The math was not mathing.
It ain't mathing.
It wasn't until, okay, yes, I just want to say, side note, a bitch is crazy. I logged into his emails, okay? I logged into his emails. Yes. Because I had the password for his Snapchat in it. So, obviously, imagine, this boy, not that he's a fanboy anyways. Sorry, not that he's a fanboy. I gave you a chance in it.
Those are the worst. You see the ones that you manage. Those are the ones that do the
Management.
dirtiest.
It's
the dirtiest. Listen, don't ever manage men.
Don't manage.
Fam, you know men that you would never look at on a good day, but because you feel so bad about yourself, you now manage them. Those are the ones that will now do you like a bastard.
Listen, I was
the crocodile looking ones.
I applied for the managerial role and I got it.
You got it.
And I stood by that role with confidence. I was a manager. I managed that boy. So obviously, imagine I caught him on Snapchat chatting to other girls.
Really? Were you guys in a relationship this time?
Yeah, this was now my boyfriend.
Oh, wow.
Imagine I wouldn't even look at this boy. He's now my. Actually, now let me not say his boyfriend. I don't want to claim that nigga. He was out here. It was a phase in my life that I experienced. It was an experience. You get me? It was an experience. So okay, cool. He was now chatting to girls on Snapchat, and I was like, "What's this?" I was like, "Cool." So that's when now I wasn't crazy before, but now you disrespected me. You
I gotta get crazy. I gotta get crazy.
Now I'm crazy, and I went on his email, fam. I'm not looking at his emails. I'm thinking he's talking to some woman in America, and he's like, "Oh, that basically you have £700 to pay for the football school in America." That
I thought he was on scholarship.
Scholarship course. Oh, you've got £700 left to pay for the course. We haven't seen it. So if you don't bring your money by the 17th of July, we are gonna give your place to someone else. I said, is this a scholarship? So basically, he paid for a football academy. There's this thing where they scout, so they'll pay and then they get scouted.
Okay.
So that's what he paid for. So I said, is this the scholarship? And in fact, you haven't even paid the money self. The money self you haven't paid. So what kind of
men can lie?
On top of that, the first date that he took me on, when your girl was eating lobster, did he not borrow the money from his friend?
Oh no!
Did he not borrow the money from his friend?
That's so embarrassing. I just feel like with that, you should never just don't do things that you cannot be consistent with.
Thank you. That's the problem with men. They like to go.
They want
a bad bee. Yeah, they'll pretend at the beginning.
Impress you.
They want to pretend at the beginning. And then when it's time to be consistent, they're now coming up with, I just want to chill.
It's just like,
did you miss me chilling? Did you meet me? Not big man thing. When you met me, you knew I was lifestyle. You knew I like to step into the sea looking all clean. You knew I like to go out to restaurants. You knew I like to go out to dates.
But with that, yeah, I just feel like I'm not trying to be a feminist or anything, but I don't believe that men have to constantly buy you things.
Neither do I. And honestly, I do you know what? I agree in. I wouldn't say equality in terms of I believe in a fairness. Like I believe there should be times where a woman should pay for dates, but I'm talking about courting. This is in a courting situation. I'm talking about when you first meet me, you're coming to my zone. I didn't beg you. I didn't say I want you. You're saying you want me. So it's a thing. If you're coming to my space and you know there's a certain level of woman, let me tell you something. There's a level of woman for everyone. If Nando's is your vibe, there's a Nando's babe.
Yeah.
If Haka is your vibe, there's a Haka-san babe. Don't be trying to hit for Haka-san when your budget is Nando's. Because then you get broke and then you start complaining. Stick to your level. Niggas don't want to stick to their level. There's a babe for everybody. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't have to... Niggas be hitting for Birkin babe.
True.
And they don't have the money. But then they'll pretend at the beginning. Now the girl's finished falling in love. He's asking, can you pay for my taxi? And you know what's so annoying about that? The girl will do it because she loves the guy.
Yeah.
But you came with this facade at the beginning like you're a baller. But your car's on finance.
I'm dead.
The Hakkasan money, you went to go and use your credit card. Now you're paying it.
I just feel like men think that if they don't have money, they're not worth it. They're not worthy. I think men have that mentality. And I feel like sometimes it's because society has made them feel that way. Don't you think? The same society that they created, Sha.
Trust me, it's true.
But men do. I feel like men feel like if they don't have money, they're insignificant. So they feel like they always have to go the extra mile. And maybe it's just the girls that they're going after as well. If they're going after girls that are...
There are some nice, modest women who they like a man for who he is.
Yeah.
But then those are the same guys that they're dissing because they don't have a fat ass.
Men don't know what they want.
They don't know what they want because there's some. I'm telling you, there's some modest women who are happy to have a very comfortable home. They work. They're happy to split the bill. They're happy, but you want a bad bee.
I'm not Dausha. Yeah, continue.
You want a bad bee. There's modest women who want to look after their men who have traditional values.
Can't relate.
Because she. who is that? But because she doesn't have breast and bum, because she's not a fleeky
men
babe,
are so shallow.
That's why when
they're
talking,
fucking shallow.
Saying what you're saying, I don't fucking feel sorry for them because of society's standards
that they created.
They're the ones that set the
men
standard.
are shallow as fuck. Rarely do you ever see a guy. You see, as women, I feel like, well, for me, and I think like a lot of women as well. Even if a guy is not that good looking, if he's a sweetheart, like his personality is like, well, correct me if I'm wrong, Sha, but if he's like he's a good guy, like I feel like I can turn my blind eye to
it's true. I've dated some dead ass niggas. I've dated some ugly boys. It's true.
But men, forget it. You're
It's
dead,
true.
but you got a nice personality. Suck a dick. They're not gonna look away. They're not gonna look away. And then they'll be like, oh, girls are this, girls are that. You are very mad.
That's why I don't be feeling sorry for them.
You are very, very crazy.
I don't be feeling sorry for them at all. When the girls finish tearing your pants,
Tearing their pants.
tearing your pockets, good for you. Because these are the standards that
but
they
there's
set.
some sweetheart men out there.
There's
one in my mind right now. Maybe I'm a bit drunk.
Go on, speak your scope. Listen, let me tell you something about this poddy. This podcast is for honesty. We don't lie. Listen, go ahead.
So
What's he saying?
My dear, I'm not speaking to him, but I'm watching him from afar. To be honest, we did kind of... no, please, I'm not going
You have to.
Well, we did kind of speak, but nigga was telling me, like, he's not looking for that. It's that, da.
So why are you still talking to him?
I'm not talking to him. I'm just kind of still admiring him.
Okay, it's true. So sometimes you can admire a guy, but you know what? I respect it because he's let his intentions.
Do you know what? And that's why I fuck with him 100, because niggas will play you.
Niggas will tell you they love you just to do sex with you. You know, it's actually disgusting.
But this guy, he actually told me straight up, like, listen, I'm not really looking for that. Even though he was probably he's just trying shit. But you see, when men say, "Oh, I'm not ready for that," the review is silence. Don't you think? I'm not ready for a relationship with you. With you. It's very, very silent. In the fine print is there.
I don't want
because you will
bitch.
see those same niggas 2 months from now. in a relationship with someone else, and that hurts. And this is why I hate dating. Like, it requires me to like just be vulnerable. I hate it. Oh, I actually hate dating. Like, I just want to be by myself. And if you like me, come to me. And do you know what else I don't believe in? Shooting my shot. I don't want to. I'm sorry. I know we live in 21st century, and
I don't want to talk about that.
I know we live in 21st century when everyone's always talking about, oh, women shoot a shot, but fuck that, man. If I shoot my shot now, you now say no. I'll not be feeling like a dickhead. Fuck you. Fuck your entire family.
Oh, the worst experience.
Never shoot my shot. I've shot my shot 2 times in my life, and I regret it. Well, the second time I didn't really. The first time I shot my shot was that stupid idiot that had a girlfriend. With that very stupid bombastic element that had a girlfriend. The second time I shot my shot, I didn't directly shoot it. I just expressed my interest in him to someone, and then the person passed it on, and then we spent some time together and stuff like that. And then he told me, that's the same guy I was telling you that. Then he told me that he wasn't really looking for that.
What a fucking bastard!
But he wasn't. No, he was a really good guy.
A nice guy, but I rate him.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one is a bastard.
That one is a bastard.
Even though, anyway, let's not call him a full bastard because I know his family.
He's a semi-bastard.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I have to confess this because on this podcast we have to be honest. Yeah, I've shot my shots 3 times. Yeah. No. And the last time nearly killed me. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think shooting my shot made me realize as a woman, I ain't got no fucking game. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it a stack.
Oh my God.
I've spent all my life for man. Men always come to me, innit? Obviously now we're in a society where the man them are like, oh yeah. So I said, okay, cool. This is what I said, yeah. And honestly, I wish the day police arrested me so that I would have never sent that message. This is what I said, and no. Okay, cool. I've got to say it. Okay, cool. So I messaged him, and this is exactly what I said. Oh, I got no game shit.
God.
I'm having flashbacks.
I'm even having second embarrassment for
Disgrace.
you,
I was like to him, and bear in mind, this guy's quite popular, innit?
Yeah.
But the bit I fancied this boy, I was like, nah, I really like this boy, and I was like, listen,
you have to
this is exactly what I said. I said, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never shoot my shot at a boy before, and if you ignore me, I'm gonna die.
Oh no. No.
I said, if you air me, I'm gonna die.
So what did he say?
He aired me.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I thought I was bad at shooting shots, but you take the crown. You take the crown. How can you say that?
This nigga aired me.
Do you know what? You have to give me his Insta so I can cuss him out for that. That's rude. At least be like, oh hey, that's rude as fuck.
There was no response. He actually aired me. And the thing is,
do you guys follow?
We follow each other. Yeah.
Nah, he's a prick. I can't lie. That's rude as fuck.
I said I can't do this anymore.
You see, after that, I will never. Do you know what I realized? A lot of times when I'm crushing on someone or infatuated with a person, if I give it some time, if I let it die and suffer inside me, it will go on. It will go away.
Yeah, it will.
And I can carry on my life.
You move.
You will not know. You will not know I ever liked you, and I can carry on my life.
That's it.
Whenever I have a crush on a guy or I'm thinking about a guy, I let it die inside me. I'm not going to make a move, and that is a promise that I promised myself.
To this day, listen, let me tell you what I do.
Please.
My own is a bit spiritual. If I look hard enough, then my spirit and his spirit, they will connect.
Listen,
then he will come to me.
And then your spirit,
he will now come to me.
It's a manifestation.
That one is my shooting my shot.
Listen,
I shoot my shot.
That shit actually works,
in the spirit.
It actually works. I believe it, because there's so many times where I'm so fixated on a guy, and I found him just naturally gravitate towards me. Mm-hmm. It's very true what you just said. It's very true.
Stuff, yeah.
It's true.
You think I'm going to disgrace myself like I did before? God forbid me. I'm shooting shots in the spirit.
Let the feelings die, I beg.
Yeah, seriously. There's some men that's not worth fancying. Because you know what? I feel like there's some men that they look so good, but this one is going to destroy my life.
And do you know what about that? A lot of times when you crush on someone or when you like someone, like with the first guy that I told you that I was kind of like, he had a girlfriend. I liked anyway. I liked this guy, but I hardly knew him, and I realized that I just idealized him. I just liked the idea of being with him, but I didn't really know him as a person. And even with the other guy that I was telling you that he told me that he didn't want anything. Like, why I even like this guy is just the idea of being him. You know, when you're in your fantasy world and you're thinking about relationship, like, oh, that's literally it. I don't actually like them. It's just the idea. See, it all boils down to like just not being comfortable in your singleness. When you are just craving anything and everything, you want love so bad, but you just settle for anything.
I'm telling you, and I feel like a lot of times, I've ended up fancying guys based on what my mind has created him to be, as opposed to who he is.
Your fantasy world in your head.
In my fantasy, he's a Prince Charming.
Yeah,
he's the best in bed. He's sexy.
And you know the worst thing about that? When you finally like meet up with him and spend time with him, you're just like, reality dawns on you and you realize he's a prick.
I had that. Fam, you'll be thinking about a boy, and then when you meet him,
you're just like, rah, you're a prick, you know.
You're dry bread, man.
Like that's happened to me before when I sit with people and I'm just like, rah, your mentality is so backward. Like, what's this thing? I don't want to mispronounce it. Misogynistic. Yeah, backwards thinking about women. I'm just like, rah, I cannot believe I actually used to fantasize about you. Yeah, I'm out. Kind of thing. So most of the times it's actually all in your mind. The mind is such a powerful place.
I'm telling you, I'm really going back to the mind. Like, that's why it's so important for me, like, to feed myself on positive things about myself, positive affirmations on who I am and my appearance and that. Because I'm telling you, you end up going for some stupid boys based on how you feel
inside.
Thank you. What the voice in your mind is saying. Because for me to go,
getting me mad.
I've gone to the pits of hell in terms of men. Like, some men, like, when you're talking about standards, I'm talking because of the voice in myself telling me that I'm not worthy of a man that can actually look after me, that's actually attractive. I felt so ugly that some of the boys I was looking at, that I was thinking, that one I can manage him, but it's that inner voice telling you and feeding you lies about yourself.
It's the devil.
It's literally the devil. But I'm telling you, it's the drink. I'm sorry. Shit. It's the daiquiri, man. I'm sorry. But seriously, it's that inner voice. You have to just constantly be feeding it with positive encouragement. And you know what, sometimes having your girls around is just so important. I was just about
to say that, because I feel like, you know, when you don't like let's say you have a friend and she's in a situation with a guy that you can clearly see that this guy is not it, and she keeps going back, because we're not the ones that have the feelings for the guy. It's easy for us to say, oh, that no, this is not it, like, you shouldn't be with this guy, And when I see my friends with men that they shouldn't be with, it's a thing where I just kind of always tell them, I feel like as women, we have intuition, right?
100%.
Like, our intuition game is too strong. I don't know if it's the Holy Spirit. I believe it's the Holy Spirit.
It's the Holy Spirit.
Because I feel like when I meet a guy and we're talking, I can always know, like, I just know that this guy is not it. Like, I just always know. And it always plans out like that. And when I see my friends in situations where they're not really, like, it's not a good situation, I always tell them, listen, I'm not in this situation, so it's easy for me to tell you what to do. Because you know the ones when it's went onto you're in the situation, like, you really feel, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I'm always like, listen, you need to ask yourself deep inside, like, ask yourself, because you always know, is this guy for you? If he's a no, my dear, it's not easy, but you have to gather up the strength. And this is why sex is so powerful, because once you have sex with somebody, all common sense is out the window.
For me, I'm telling you,
all common sense
do you
is out
know
the
what?
window.
Those girls that can really separate sex from emotion,
bravo!
Let me clap for you, because
standing ovation.
You lot are the real
fam.
You see me, if we're having sex, we're getting married. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm in love with you.
And a lot of women are like that.
Because
I hate men.
My sex is not about the physical. Mine is very, very intimate and intense and emotional. And I get so latched onto people quickly, especially when I'm intimate with them. Because
Joyce,
how deep is sex though? Like you're talking about intimacy. Like,
it's like intertwining your
someone
soul.
Is seeing your breast and bomb. Someone is inside you. That shit is intimate. You can't get any more intimate than that. Like, I'm sorry. Someone is actually inside your system, inside your loins. How more intimate can you get? So it's a thing where you get that emotional attachment, and then what happens is that you start to almost
build a future with the person.
You start to build a future with the person, and then you start to cover their mistakes. You start to excuse certain things. So it's a thing where you were saying as a friend that you can see things from the outside and you're like, nah, this guy's not moving right. But because you have that emotional attachment to them, you start to excuse the behavior. You start to excuse certain signs that are right in front of you. And I swear to God, one thing about me, I'm always the friend that's saying, oh, nah, that don't look right. But I'm telling you, when I'm in the situation, a bitch can't see nothing.
That's what I'm telling you.
I can't see nothing.
That's what I'm telling you. Like, as someone that is a third person, it's easy for me to say, don't do that, because I'm not in a situation. That's why I always tell my friend, listen, you are the one in the situation. You have to sit down and search deep within and ask yourself, is this right?
You know.
Because I can only advise you, but I can never force you. And you know what? I try to be a bit lenient and understanding when I see my friends going back to
the same stupid boy.
I understand. I try not to beat them up. Like, I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's understandable. You've had sex with this guy. You have emotional connection with this guy. So I understand. But it all boils down to you just sitting down and just talking to yourself and realizing it's actually not the end of the world. If you break up with this guy or if you end it, you will find many more men. I think for women, I feel like when women love men or they like a guy, I just fixated.
We will die for them.
But it's you have to actually remind yourself that, listen, there are billions of men out there. And I always tell myself, like, or tell my friends that when I was 19 or when I was 20, the guy that I was with, I thought that was the nigga that I was gonna die with, but I actually didn't.
Oh,
so you need to realize that now, that this guy that you feel like you're gonna die with, you're 5 years from now, you're gonna look back and be like, lol. So just things like that, just to encourage you and let you know that, listen, it's not the end of the world. Keep pushing.
Telling you, it's not the end of the world. There are many men in the world, but also there's a man that can treat you better. I feel like there's sometimes women are scared to let go of their men because they're scared to be alone, and they're like, I can't do any better than this. I've been with this guy for 2 years, 3 years, and it's difficult for me to get a man because I'm not pretty enough. But let me tell you something, as a woman, being a woman alone is so powerful. Being a woman alone is so powerful. And I feel like when women start to tap into the power that we have, the beauty that we exert, not just physically, but eternally, you will know that any man that you want, you can get. And that's a fact.
I think so.
I'm telling you. It's about for me, it's about the energy. Like, women have such a powerful energy.
My ex-friend, fuck that bitch, used to say that.
I'm telling you, I didn't realize that. I had to, like, I spent, like, it might, obviously, you're in your time of isolation now, but I've come out of my time of isolation where 30, I can be alone. I'm confident to be alone. And that's what I learned. I learned the power that I had as a woman. I learned the power that I had as somebody that can do something that a man cannot do, which is reproduce, which is like, you don't understand the power that we have as women. We hold power. And I think that when women start to tap into their feminine and sexual energy, oh, you'll be surprised. That's why when you're thinking, there's some women that are not even that attractive, and you'll be looking at their man, and you'll be looking like a sexy bobber. I'll be thinking, how did he get that man? But there's a substance that woman has, and there's an energy that a woman has that she exerts that attracts good things and attracts good men. But going back to what you're saying, I feel like for me, the best time in my life was being alone. And not just being alone to be alone, being alone to really find myself, being alone to discover who I am, not just as a sister, not just as a friend, but who is Joyce, and start to love her. Because there's some people that they acknowledge themselves, but they don't love themselves. I had to love myself, even if that was just going out and looking cute, going out and snapping, having that reboosting my self-esteem. Because sadly, a lot of relationships that we have been in have made us feel less about ourselves, less worthy about ourselves. And I hate that. I hate the narrative that man paint for us, and we run, and it runs and it replays in our mind over and over again.
And do you know what I hate the most? This is why I kind of hate Love Island. I can't
go ahead.
Because it's just the whole idea of women lining up and then stepping forward to pick a man, and then the man getting to pick his choose. I think it's so like, who the fuck are you to have do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get it.
Who are you to have this audacity to pick who you like? And I feel like with men, they get to do that. With a lot of women, like us as women, we want to be in relationships, but men get this like authority or standard to say, oh no, I don't want to be in a relationship. Why is it never the opposite way around? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's always men having the upper hand. Like, oh no, I don't want to be with this one. Oh yeah, this one is fuckable. This one is marriable. Like, who are you? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I just feel like men always get this pick, and it pisses me off.
It's how you play the game, baby. If you stay stuck in the mindset that we have been brought up with as because sadly we are in a misogynistic society. So subconsciously we have been brought up to be
catered to men,
superior, to be inferior and submissive to men. When you snap out of that mindset, you're not going to be a pick me babe, because at the end of the day, there are men out there that are begging for your time, begging for your attention, and you need to hold that energy. You need to hold that power constantly. You need to hold that power. Like, listen, for you to even have time with me, you need to be somebody. For me to even reply to your DMs, you need to be somebody. I don't even care. It's a privilege. That's how I be carrying myself. And I don't care if people say it's stuck up, it's bougie, but I know what I carry as a woman. I know what I can do for my man. I know the type of woman that I can provide, I can love. I love hard, but it's a thing that I'm not gonna then give it to just anybody.
Dick, Tom and Harry.
And I think when you understand the value, what do you bring to the table? I bring too motherfucking much. You dig? I bring too much to the table.
I hate that question so much.
When you know what you bring to the table, no one can be asking you those fucking stupid questions. You stupid boy. You stupid boy. I hate that question.
I swear, if anyone ever asked him that question, you remember that Viola Davis meme?
Carry your bag. No, honestly, listen, don't ask me.
Are you rude?
Because you know.
Are you fucking rude?
Hold on. Deep it. I'm here. This is my table. This is my space. You've seen me out of the other tables. You've come to my table.
And you're asking me what do I bring to
and
the
you're asking me what I'm bringing.
Instead of you to be bringing what?
When you're supposed to be bringing your luggage.
Very fucking
You're supposed to be bringing your shit to my table. This is
why I hate men. This is why I feel like I find it so hard. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to generalize because you get some really kind men.
Where they at? They somewhere?
No. Do you know
what?
Do you know why I said?
You know where they at?
Do you know why I said don't let me generalize? Because as a black girl, you get people that generalize black girls. Of course. Not all black girls are the same. That's why I said let me not generalize. Trying to be understanding.
Where you find them, let me know. I'm sure they are somewhere.
But I can't. I find it hard to empathize with men sometimes because when I look at this world, a lot of the shit that this world is going through, it's because of men. You know.
I know. I won't lie.
Even with like just being a woman, like being with the whole like Me Too movement, or this girl that died from a 2-3 months ago, Sarah something.
Oh yes, with the
like,
policeman.
It's like just being a woman is actually so tough because
it's
you
tough.
Cannot walk. Like men can wake up 1 a.m. and go for a jog. Or black, can you wake up 1 a.m. and go for a jog? You have to tell someone.
Unless I'm packing I will pack something in my pockets.
Listen, like things like that, and just knowing that men have created this environment for women where we are so fearful. It makes me so hard. It makes it hard for me to empathize with men or feel bad for men because it's like
I really, really understand that, and especially obviously we don't have. It's difficult to then empathize because you know we don't have. I guess I have a brother in it, so I can get to a certain point. But in terms of the situations that I'm in and you're in, it's difficult to try and grasp why they and how they think. You know, it's really, really frustrating because they don't understand that how much of their actions
affect us
as
oh
women.
My God.
To how we think about not just them, about ourselves.
Listen, don't even get me started on that one because even like growing up, I had a lot of male friends, but I just feel like I had some incidents when I was younger. To this day, I can't be, even though I don't want to say I outgrew it because I didn't, because it's still stuck with me, something that I still kind of struggle with today. But I feel like I'm such a bold person, I'm so rebellious that even though I know deep inside of me I'm fearful, I'll still do it. So I had a lot of male friends and I used to chill with them, and even though in my mind, in my heart, I'm paranoid as fuck and I'm thinking to myself, anything can happen right now, but I still put myself out there. And I feel like goes back to what you were saying, that men don't understand that the actions that they do affects us. Like it's affected me to this day. I cannot walk in the middle of the night. If you see me going out, I don't know if you've probably seen my snap, I'm in my house by 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. I don't stay out too long. That's because I'm so fearful of men. Like I can't walk in the middle of the night. If I'm seeing a man like walking behind me, fam, I'm either gonna cross the street or let him pass me. Them kind of things. And it's just
deep.
when I see, and there's so many women out there that can relate to this. So things like that, it makes it so hard for me to feel bad for men. Like, I understand that suicide rates are more higher in men than in women.
100%.
You know that, right?
Yeah, it's 100%.
But it's still just, I just don't believe, like, I believe it, but it's just like when you look at a lot of the things that's wrong in this world, and like it's men. It's men.
These niggas.
It's
no,
men.
Honestly, we're not dismissing that men go through a lot.
Yeah, they do.
I can sympathize with it. It's difficult for me as a woman to empathize with it, but I can say that men do have things that they're dealing with that they're probably not as expressive as women are to say.
And do you know why? Because there's no safe space for them.
There's no safe space, of
well,
course.
with men, I don't know if you've met men like this, but you see how, like, with girls, we can sit down, have a chinny,
of course,
talk,
as we do, as we're doing.
Men, I don't feel like men have that. Like, men can't be vulnerable with their male friends. This is why when you start dating one guy like this, he'll not be telling you his whole life story. Why? Because he doesn't have anyone to express it. He doesn't have his friends to, like, be vulnerable with. And I feel bad for men. Like, I feel like that's one of the reasons why suicide rates in men is so high, because it's like society has, like, made this, you know, system where men don't cry. Toughen up.
Yeah, toughen up. It's scary,
yeah. So I don't know, it's 50-50. Sometimes I feel bad for them, but sometimes just like, fuck off, man. You're the reason why some of this shit is happening.
I do feel bad for them. Obviously, it's a thing where now it's their duty to undo a lot of the things that have been created for themselves. But I think you have some people that are undoing it, and they are going to therapy, and they are voicing that, listen, we have been taught to be a certain way, but it's not working for us. Yeah. And then you have another side that just ride the boat, and they're just like, this is how I am.
Alpha male.
I'm going to do it this way.
I'm alpha male.
No one can tell me nothing. And then that's the end of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like for us now as women, the mindset that has been instilled in us to be a certain way or to be a certain type of woman, we need to just break it off. Because when we start having confidence in ourselves, I think that not that maybe on the men's side things still might happen, but then we have the discipline, we have the confidence to be able to say no to certain things, to be able to not feel offended or feel hurt when we get rejected. Trying to latch onto certain things. I'm
struggling with that one. I can't. I don't know.
But baby girl, today we've been speaking about so much. So what is your takeaway on today? Like, what have you learned? What are you taking away here?
Men are trash.
Oh Jesus! I mean,
I'm
just the basics.
No, I'm learning that it's good to be expressive. I've always been a very expressive person in a way. Like, I'm a, what do they call it? An open book.
Oh, 100%.
So,
and that's what this show is about: being vulnerable, being open. I mean, I'm sure a lot of our experiences right now, a lot of the listeners and the viewers have experienced it. So it's always good to have a laugh about it. But I think for me, what I've learned today is that love yourself first. Love yourself first, 100%. It's more easier said than done.
But how do you love yourself though? I don't know, because I'm starting to kind of, I would say, you know, I'm a very confident person, very bold person, but I do have very strong insecurities. And even though I always push through them, like, for instance, there's certain things that a lot of, like, I have insecurities, but I never let them, like, stop me from doing me. Like, with my videos, like, I'm always saying, like, I have dark ass armpits, bro, and I always lift my ants up.
You be showing them, yes.
I don't give a fuck.
We don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck, my nigga. But yeah, I when in some aspects I learned to push through them, but in, like, certain things I'm still kind of struggling with them. So yeah, so my question to you is, what are, like, things I can do to love myself? Because even though I do push for some of them I'm still kind of struggling with. So
I think for me, the first thing, and you did perfectly, was fight the insecurity. Fight the voice that's always talking. Yeah. For me, if it's like someone's like, oh my God, I've got dark arms. I'm sorry, the first thing I would do is to show my dark arms.
Facts.
I had a real thing with my arms. Like, I've got bingo rings, and it used to taunt me. I never used to wear crops. I never used to wear anything that didn't have sleeves. So one day I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. And I literally went on Snapchat and I literally wore, like, this really, really nice strappy top, and I was like this. Hey guys. I'm telling you, and everyone's probably thinking, what the fuck? And it actually killed me to do that.
Yeah.
But something so powerful happened. The voice was quiet. Like, it silenced the voice.
And
Because there's sometimes a lot of things that we are
fearful
about. We'd rather just suppress and avoid it.
Listen, do you know what? It's in your mind.
It's the
this
mind,
is what
baby.
I always tell my friends. Like I have friends that are stylists, designers, and they're always kind of like fearful. And I keep telling, listen, the only way you can get over this is to do what you're fearful of.
100%.
Once you do what you're fearful of, you realize that, rah, this shit wasn't that
It's not
hard.
that deep.
It's in my mind. And I'm a very fearless person. Like, I am so fucking bold, but I still have my things that I'm fearful about. And one thing I have realized, and I always tell my friends and whatever, that listen, once you do whatever you're fearful of, you just realize that the obstacle, this mind is so powerful. Like, the mind is so powerful. Like, it's like whatever you think, you actually become.
100%.
However you feel of yourself in your mind, you actually become, and unconsciously you start to radiate it. And I'm kind of like learning that about myself as well. My insecurities are radiating, so it's just a thing where it's like you just have to reprogram your mind, and I guess that's what I'm
and I'm glad you're going through that process. Reprogram your mind, start to embrace yourself and understand that you are a beautiful, creative, smart woman. When you start to have those, when you start to speak that about yourself, the voice in your head that is telling you that you're not good enough starts to
quietens,
change. It doesn't quiet, it starts to change. The narrative changes, so you start to feel 10 times more confident about yourself. But it's a process. We've all been through it. I've been through it. I've had my insecurities. I've been overweight. I've been bullied. But you know what? It's about the voice it's about silencing the voice, essentially. So that was a pretty you know
deep.
What, it got deep.
It was like therapy.
I hope it was. I feel like a bit of undoing. But honestly, I want to say thank you so much.
Thank you
coming,
so much,
guys.
Joyce. I really appreciate you,
guys. This is AyoForTheSoul for real. She is a beautiful soul. And if you can shout out your socials.
My Instagrams are AyoForTheSoul, YouTube AyoForTheSoul, Twitter AyoForTheSoul, Snapchat AyoForTheSoul. You know what I'm saying? Creative director and shit.
Yeah. Let them know, baby. We creative director for the shit. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for
so
coming,
much, Joyce.
guys.
I really appreciate you.
Guys, comment below. What is your takeaway for this episode? What have you learned? I would love to hear. I would love to know. Not just men are trash. I mean, if you want to write that, you can. But what have you guys learned today? What's your takeaway? Let's talk in the comments. I'll be there. But guys, make sure you follow us, Cocktails and Takeaways, on Instagram, and make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it, baby. You want to be part of the party.
Maybe welcome to the party.
You want to be part of the party.
Time of thought.
Give me lit. Listen, thank you so much, guys. This is episode 2. I'm gonna see you later. It's MadameJoyce. We out, baby.
We out. Holla.